Introduction to student housing investment. Student housing represents a unique and often overlooked segment within the broader real estate market, offering distinct advantages for investors. This niche focuses on providing accommodation specifically tailored to the needs of university and college students. Understanding the fundamentals of this sector is crucial for anyone looking to diversify their portfolio or enter a market with historically stable demand. The investment landscape for student housing is influenced by various factors, including university enrollment trends, campus expansion, and the evolving preferences of modern students. This course will guide you through the intricacies of identifying, acquiring, and managing student housing properties effectively. It aims to equip you with the knowledge to make informed decisions and capitalize on this profitable opportunity. We will explore everything from market analysis to property management strategies. The demand for student housing remains remarkably resilient, often performing well even during economic downturns when other real estate sectors might falter. This stability stems from the consistent need for education, which drives a continuous influx of students seeking accommodation near their institutions. Investing in student housing can offer attractive rental yields and potential for capital appreciation, making it an appealing option for both novice and experienced investors. However, it also comes with its own set of challenges, such as higher tenant turnover and specific management requirements. By the end of this course, you will have a solid foundation to confidently approach student housing investments. Market dynamics and demographics. Understanding the underlying market dynamics and student demographics is paramount for successful student housing investments. The size and growth rate of the student population directly impact demand for accommodation. Factors such as university enrollment trends, the number of international students, and the expansion plans of educational institutions are critical indicators. A thorough analysis of these demographic shifts can help investors identify areas with strong, sustained demand. Furthermore, the preferences of different student cohorts, whether undergraduate, graduate, or international, influence the types of amenities and housing styles that are most desirable. This detailed understanding allows for targeted investment strategies. The proximity of a property to a university campus is a primary driver of its value and rental appeal. Students prioritize convenience, seeking housing that minimizes commute times and provides easy access to academic facilities, libraries, and social hubs. Beyond proximity, the quality of local infrastructure, public transportation options, and the availability of essential services like grocery stores and healthcare facilities also play a significant role. Investors must conduct comprehensive market research to assess these factors, ensuring their chosen location aligns with student needs and offers long-term viability. Analyzing local rental rates and vacancy rates for existing student housing is also crucial for competitive positioning. Types of student housing. Student housing encompasses a diverse range of property types, each with its own investment profile and operational considerations. On-campus housing, typically owned and managed by universities, often includes dormitories and university-affiliated apartments. Off-campus housing, conversely, is privately owned and offers a broader spectrum of options. Purpose-built student accommodation, PBSA, is a specialized category featuring modern, amenity-rich complexes designed specifically for students. These often include individual bedrooms with shared common areas, study lounges, and fitness centers. PBSA properties are increasingly popular due to their convenience and comprehensive offerings. Beyond PBSA, investors can also consider traditional residential properties adapted for student use. This includes single-family homes, which can be rented out to a group of students, or multi-family units, like duplexes or apartment buildings. Each type presents different management challenges and potential returns. Single-family homes might offer a more personal living experience, but require careful tenant selection and maintenance. Multi-family units can provide economies of scale in management and a more diverse tenant base. Understanding these distinctions is crucial for aligning investment goals with the right property type. The choice depends on factors like budget, risk tolerance, and desired level of involvement. Benefits of student housing investment. Investing in student housing offers several compelling benefits that make it an attractive option for real estate investors. One significant advantage is the stable and consistent demand, driven by the continuous cycle of university enrollment. Unlike general residential markets that can fluctuate with economic cycles, the need for education and student accommodation tends to remain robust. This inherent stability often translates into lower vacancy rates and more predictable rental income streams. Furthermore, student housing properties can command higher rental yields compared to conventional residential rentals, especially in areas with strong university presence. The specialized nature of the market allows for premium pricing for well-located and amenity-rich properties. Another key benefit lies in the lease structures commonly employed in student housing. Many student housing properties utilize individual lease agreements, where each student signs a lease for their bedroom within a shared unit. This model significantly reduces risk for the landlord, as the financial burden is distributed among multiple tenants. If one student vacates, the remaining tenants are still responsible for their portion of the rent, and a new tenant can be found for the vacant room rather than the entire unit becoming empty. This structure provides a layer of financial security and helps maintain consistent cash flow. Additionally, the demand for student housing often exhibits recession resilience, as education remains a priority even during economic downturns. Risks and challenges. While student housing offers significant advantages, investors must also be aware of the inherent risks and challenges associated with this niche. One primary concern is tenant turnover, which is typically higher than in conventional residential rentals due to the academic calendar. Students often move out at the end of each academic year, requiring landlords to manage frequent leasing cycles, marketing efforts, and unit turnovers. This can lead to increased operational costs and potential vacancy periods if not managed efficiently. Additionally, student tenants may sometimes require more hands-on management, including addressing noise complaints, property damage, or issues related to shared living arrangements. Effective property management is crucial to mitigate these challenges. Another set of challenges includes potential property damage and increased wear and tear due to the nature of student living. Properties catering to students often experience more intensive use, necessitating robust maintenance schedules and proactive repairs. Regulatory issues such as local zoning laws, occupancy limits, and specific landlord-tenant regulations pertaining to student populations also require careful attention. Investors must ensure full compliance to avoid legal complications. Finally, market saturation in certain university towns can lead to increased competition, potentially driving down rental rates or increasing vacancy rates. Thorough market research and a well-defined competitive strategy are essential to navigate these risks successfully. Key investment strategies. Investors have several key strategies for entering the student housing market, each with varying levels of capital commitment and operational involvement. Direct ownership involves purchasing individual properties, such as single-family homes, multi-unit buildings, or even purpose-built student accommodation (PBSA) complexes. This strategy offers maximum control over the asset and its management, allowing for tailored improvements and direct tenant relationships. However, it also requires significant capital, active management, and a willingness to handle day-to-day operations. Direct ownership can be highly rewarding for those prepared to commit the necessary resources and expertise. It provides the most direct exposure to market appreciation and rental income. Alternatively, investors can gain exposure to student housing through more passive means, such as real estate investment trusts, REITs, specializing in student accommodation. REITs allow investors to purchase shares in companies that own and operate a portfolio of income-generating real estate, including student housing. This offers diversification, liquidity, and professional management without the burden of direct property ownership. Joint ventures provide another avenue, where multiple investors pool resources for larger projects, sharing both risks and rewards. This strategy can be beneficial for tackling larger-scale PBSA developments or acquiring multiple properties, leveraging collective capital and expertise. Each strategy should align with an investor's financial goals and risk tolerance. Location analysis. The success of any student housing investment hinges significantly on its location. Proximity to the university campus is arguably the most critical factor, as students prioritize convenience and short commute times. Properties within walking or cycling distance, or with direct public transport links to campus, command higher demand and rental rates. Beyond the campus, the surrounding neighborhood's amenities play a crucial role. Access to grocery stores, cafes, restaurants, entertainment venues, and healthcare facilities enhances the appeal of a property. Students seek a vibrant and functional environment that supports both their academic and social lives. A thorough analysis of these local amenities is essential. Safety and security are paramount considerations for students and their parents when choosing accommodation. A neighborhood with a low crime rate and well-lit streets significantly increases a property's desirability. Investors should research local crime statistics and observe the general atmosphere of the area during different times of day. Furthermore, the availability and quality of public transportation are vital, especially for students without personal vehicles. Easy access to bus routes, train stations, or ride-sharing services broadens the appeal of a location. Understanding the specific needs and preferences of the target student demographic for a particular university will further refine the location analysis, ensuring the investment aligns with their priorities. Property evaluation and due diligence. Thorough property evaluation and due diligence are non-negotiable steps before committing to any student housing investment. This process begins with a comprehensive financial analysis, including reviewing income statements, expense reports, and rent rolls to assess the property's current profitability and potential for growth. Understanding the historical occupancy rates and rental income trends is crucial for projecting future performance. Investors must also scrutinize operating expenses, such as property taxes, insurance, utilities, and maintenance costs, to ensure they are realistic and sustainable. A detailed financial model will help determine the property's cash flow potential and overall return on investment. This meticulous review helps uncover any hidden costs or financial discrepancies. Beyond financials, a physical inspection of the property is essential to identify any structural issues, deferred maintenance, or necessary repairs. This often requires engaging professional inspectors to assess the condition of the roof, plumbing, electrical systems, and HVAC. Environmental due diligence, checking for potential hazards like asbestos or lead paint, is also critical. Furthermore, legal due diligence involves reviewing all relevant documents, including title reports, zoning regulations, existing leases, and any outstanding liens or encumbrances. Market research, including comparable property analysis and understanding local supply and demand, completes the picture, ensuring the property is priced appropriately and has strong market viability. This comprehensive approach minimizes risks and informs sound investment decisions. Financing student housing projects. Securing appropriate financing is a critical step in any student housing investment, with various options available to investors. Traditional bank loans, including commercial mortgages, are a common route, typically requiring a significant down payment and a strong credit history. Lenders assess the property's cash flow potential, the investor's financial stability, and the overall market conditions. Understanding the terms, interest rates, and amortization schedules is crucial for long-term financial planning. Building strong relationships with commercial lenders specializing in real estate can provide access to more favorable terms and a smoother application process. It is important to compare offers from multiple institutions to find the best fit for your project. Beyond traditional bank financing, investors can explore alternative funding sources. Private equity firms and institutional investors often seek opportunities in the student housing sector, especially for larger, purpose-built developments. These partnerships can provide substantial capital, but may involve ceding some control or sharing a larger portion of the profits. Government programs or university partnerships might also offer incentives or financing options, particularly for projects that align with community development goals or address specific student housing shortages. Additionally, crowdfunding platforms have emerged as a way for smaller investors to pool resources for real estate projects, including student housing. Each financing option carries different implications for risk, return, and control, requiring careful consideration based on the investor's objectives. Property management essentials. Effective property management is the cornerstone of a successful student housing investment, directly impacting profitability and tenant satisfaction. This involves a range of responsibilities, starting with meticulous tenant screening. Due to the unique nature of student tenants, thorough background checks, credit assessments, and verification of enrollment are crucial. Establishing clear communication channels with both students and their guarantors, often parents, is also vital. A well-defined lease agreement, clearly outlining rules, responsibilities, and expectations, minimizes misunderstandings and potential disputes. Proactive management helps foster a positive living environment and reduces turnover. This hands-on approach is key to maintaining high occupancy rates. Beyond tenant acquisition, ongoing property maintenance and community building are essential. Regular inspections, prompt handling of repair requests, and preventative maintenance schedules help preserve the property's value and keep tenants happy. Student housing often benefits from a sense of community, so organizing social events, providing common study areas, and fostering a supportive atmosphere can significantly improve retention. Handling rent collection efficiently, addressing late payments, and managing any disputes professionally are also critical operational tasks. Whether managed in-house or by a third-party property management company, these essentials ensure the property operates smoothly and remains a desirable place for students to live. Strong management directly translates to better financial performance. Lease agreements and legal aspects. Crafting robust lease agreements and understanding the legal landscape are paramount for student housing investors. A well-drafted lease agreement serves as the foundational contract between landlord and tenant, clearly outlining rights, responsibilities, and expectations. It should cover essential clauses such as rent amount, payment due dates, late fees, lease term, security deposit rules, and maintenance responsibilities. Specific clauses relevant to student housing might include rules on noise, guest policies, and shared common area usage. Clarity in these documents helps prevent disputes and provides a legal framework for resolving any issues that may arise. Consulting with a legal professional specializing in landlord-tenant law is highly recommended to ensure compliance with local regulations. Navigating the legal aspects of student housing also involves understanding local, state, and federal landlord-tenant laws, which can vary significantly. These laws often dictate eviction processes, security deposit limits, habitability requirements, and anti-discrimination policies. Investors must be particularly aware of any specific regulations pertaining to student populations, such as occupancy limits or special licensing requirements for student rentals. Tenant rights are a critical consideration. Landlords must ensure fair treatment and adherence to all legal obligations. Properly handling lease renewals, early terminations, and potential disputes in a legally compliant manner protects the investment and maintains a professional reputation. Staying informed about changes in legislation is an ongoing responsibility for all property owners. Marketing and leasing strategies. Effective marketing and leasing strategies are crucial for maintaining high occupancy rates and maximizing rental income in student housing. Digital marketing plays a pivotal role, utilizing platforms like social media, university housing portals, and dedicated student housing websites to reach the target audience. High-quality photos, virtual tours, and detailed descriptions of amenities are essential to attract prospective tenants. Engaging content that highlights the lifestyle and community aspects of the property can significantly enhance its appeal. Running targeted online advertising campaigns during key leasing periods typically several months before the academic year begins, is also highly effective. A strong online presence is non-negotiable in today's market. Beyond digital efforts, establishing strong partnerships with universities can provide a direct pipeline to potential tenants. Collaborating with university housing offices, student organizations, or international student services can offer valuable exposure and referrals. On-campus events, open houses, and participation in student orientation programs are excellent opportunities to showcase properties directly. Offering incentives such as early bird discounts, referral bonuses, or bundled utility packages can also stimulate demand and encourage early commitments. Developing a robust tenant retention strategy, including excellent customer service and fostering a positive living environment, reduces turnover and minimizes releasing costs. A multi-channel approach ensures comprehensive market penetration and consistent occupancy. Designing student-friendly spaces. Designing student housing with the specific needs and preferences of students in mind is crucial for attracting and retaining tenants. Modern students seek more than just a place to sleep. They desire environments that support their academic success, social lives, and overall well-being. This includes providing well-lit, functional study spaces, both private within units and communal in shared areas. High-speed internet access is non-negotiable and should be robust enough to support multiple devices and online learning. Comfortable, durable furniture that can withstand heavy use is also a key consideration, often included in purpose-built student accommodation. Thoughtful design enhances the living experience significantly. Beyond academic support, social and recreational amenities play a vital role in creating a desirable student community. Common areas such as lounges, game rooms, fitness centers, and outdoor recreational spaces encourage interaction and help students build connections. Laundry facilities, secure bike storage, and package delivery rooms are practical amenities that add significant value. Technology integration, including smart home features for security and convenience, can also be a major draw. The layout of units should maximize privacy while also facilitating shared living. Investing in quality design and amenities differentiates a property in a competitive market and justifies premium rental rates. Creating a holistic living environment is paramount. Technology in student housing. Integrating technology into student housing is no longer a luxury, but a necessity, enhancing both convenience and security for residents and efficiency for management. High-speed, reliable internet is the absolute foundation, as students depend on it for academics, communication, and entertainment. Smart home features such as smart locks, thermostats, and lighting controls offer personalized comfort and energy efficiency. These technologies can be managed via mobile apps, providing students with greater control over their living environment. Furthermore, smart security systems, including surveillance cameras, access control systems, and alarm systems, provide peace of mind for both students and their parents. Embracing these innovations can significantly increase a property's appeal. Beyond in-unit features, property management software streamlines various operational tasks, from lease management and rent collection to maintenance requests and communication with tenants. These platforms automate routine processes, reduce administrative burden, and provide valuable data insights into property performance. Online portals allow students to submit maintenance requests, pay rent, and communicate with management easily. Digital signage in common areas can provide important announcements and community information. Investing in robust technological infrastructure and user-friendly systems differentiates a student housing property in a competitive market. It demonstrates a commitment to modern living and operational excellence, ultimately contributing to higher tenant satisfaction and retention rates. Sustainability in student housing. Incorporating sustainability practices into student housing investments is increasingly important. Driven by environmental concerns, regulatory pressures, and student demand for eco-friendly living. Green building practices, such as using sustainable materials, energy-efficient appliances, and water-saving fixtures reduce the environmental footprint of properties. These initiatives not only contribute to a healthier planet, but can also lead to significant long-term operational cost savings through lower utility bills. Implementing renewable energy sources, like solar panels, further enhances a property's sustainability profile and can attract environmentally conscious tenants. Investors should consider the life cycle costs and benefits of sustainable design choices. This commitment to green living resonates strongly with younger generations. Beyond construction and energy, sustainable property management practices are equally vital. This includes comprehensive waste management programs, encouraging recycling and composting among residents, promoting sustainable transportation options, such as providing secure bike storage and electric vehicle charging stations, aligns with eco-conscious lifestyles. Educating tenants about energy conservation and responsible resource use can also foster a culture of sustainability within the community. Properties with strong sustainability credentials often benefit from enhanced marketability, attracting a growing segment of students who prioritize environmental responsibility. Furthermore, some jurisdictions offer tax incentives or grants for green building initiatives, providing additional financial benefits for investors committed to sustainability. Embracing these practices is a forward-thinking investment strategy. Understanding student demographics. A deep understanding of student demographics is fundamental for tailoring student housing investments to specific market needs. The distinction between undergraduate and graduate students is crucial, as their housing preferences, budgets, and lifestyle needs often differ significantly. Undergraduates might prioritize social amenities, proximity to campus, and a vibrant community atmosphere. Graduate students, conversely, may seek quieter environments conducive to study, more privacy, and potentially larger living spaces. International students represent another distinct demographic, often requiring furnished units, support services, and a welcoming community to ease their transition. Each group presents unique opportunities and challenges for landlords. Tailoring offerings to these specific segments maximizes appeal. Beyond academic level, factors like age, cultural background, and financial capacity also shape student housing demand. Younger students might be more open to shared living arrangements and communal facilities, while older students may prefer independent living. Cultural considerations are particularly important for international students, influencing everything from kitchen facilities to social programming. Understanding the average budget for housing in a particular university town is also critical for setting competitive rental rates and offering appropriate amenities. Demographic research should extend to analyzing the specific university's student body composition, including enrollment trends by program, origin, and age group. This granular data allows for highly targeted investment and marketing strategies. Impact of university policies. University policies and decisions can significantly impact the student housing market, making it crucial for investors to stay informed. Enrollment caps, for instance, directly affect the size of the student population and, consequently, the demand for off-campus housing. A university's decision to increase or decrease its student intake can have ripple effects on local rental markets. Similarly, changes in on-campus housing mandates, such as requiring first-year students to live in dorms, can shift demand away from or towards private accommodations. Understanding these policies and anticipating their potential changes is vital for making strategic investment decisions. Proactive engagement with university administrations can provide valuable insights into future plans. Beyond enrollment and housing mandates, university expansion plans, including the construction of new academic buildings or on-campus residences, can also alter the competitive landscape. A new university-owned dormitory might increase supply and potentially impact occupancy rates for nearby private properties. Conversely, a university's growth in student numbers without corresponding on-campus housing expansion can create significant opportunities for off-campus investors. Partnerships between universities and private developers for purpose-built student accommodation are also becoming more common, creating both competition and collaboration. Investors should regularly monitor university news, strategic plans, and local government announcements to assess the potential impact on their investments. Adapting to these policy shifts is key to long-term success. Case studies. Successful investments. Examining successful case studies provides invaluable insights into effective student housing investment strategies and best practices. These real-world examples demonstrate how investors have identified opportunities, navigated challenges, and achieved significant returns. Analyzing properties that have thrived often reveals common threads, such as strategic location choices, superior property management, and a deep understanding of student needs. For instance, a case study might highlight a purpose-built student accommodation, PBSA, near a rapidly growing university that invested heavily in communal amenities and technology, resulting in high occupancy and premium rents. Learning from these successes helps refine one's own investment approach. It offers tangible proof of what works. Successful case studies also illustrate the importance of adaptability and innovation in the student housing sector. Properties that have implemented sustainable practices, integrated smart home technology, or developed unique community programs often stand out in competitive markets. Another example might involve an investor who successfully converted an underutilized commercial building into modern student apartments, demonstrating creative problem-solving and value-add strategies. These examples often underscore the benefits of thorough due diligence, effective marketing, and a commitment to tenant satisfaction. By dissecting these successful ventures, aspiring investors can glean actionable lessons and apply proven methods to their own projects, mitigating risks and enhancing their potential for profitability. Each success story offers a blueprint for future endeavors. Exit strategies for investors. Having a well-defined exit strategy is as crucial as the initial investment decision in student housing, ensuring maximum returns and a smooth divestment process. One common exit strategy is selling the property to another investor, often a larger institutional buyer or a real estate fund specializing in student accommodation. These buyers are typically attracted to stabilized, income-generating assets with a proven track record. Preparing the property for sale involves optimizing occupancy rates, ensuring all leases are in order, and presenting clear financial statements. Timing the sale to align with favorable market conditions and high demand for student housing can significantly impact the sale price. A well-maintained property with strong cash flow will always be more appealing. Another viable exit strategy is refinancing the property, which allows investors to pull out equity while retaining ownership. This can be particularly attractive if the property has appreciated significantly in value or if interest rates have dropped. Refinancing can provide capital for new investments, property improvements, or other financial goals, without incurring capital gains taxes associated with a sale. Portfolio diversification is also a consideration. An investor might sell a student housing asset to reallocate capital into a different real estate sector or geographic market. Understanding the tax implications of each exit strategy is paramount, as capital gains taxes, depreciation recapture, and other fees can significantly affect net proceeds. Consulting with financial and tax advisors is essential to choose the most advantageous path. Tax implications and incentives. Understanding the tax implications and available incentives is a critical component of maximizing profitability in student housing investments. Depreciation is a significant tax benefit, allowing investors to deduct a portion of the property's value over its useful life, even as the property is appreciating. This non-cash expense reduces taxable income, effectively lowering the investor's tax burden. Keeping meticulous records of all property-related expenses, including maintenance, repairs, property management fees, and interest payments, is essential for accurate tax reporting and maximizing deductions. Consulting with a qualified tax professional specializing in real estate is highly recommended to ensure full compliance and optimize tax strategies. proper planning can lead to substantial savings. Beyond depreciation, investors should explore local property taxes, which can vary significantly by jurisdiction and impact cash flow. Understanding how property values are assessed and the process for appealing assessments is important. Furthermore, various government incentives may be available for real estate investments, particularly those that align with specific community development goals or environmental initiatives. For example, some areas offer tax credits or grants for properties located in opportunity zones, which are economically distressed communities where new investments, under certain conditions, are eligible for preferential tax treatment. Other incentives might exist for properties that incorporate green building practices or provide affordable housing options. Researching and leveraging these incentives can significantly enhance the overall return on investment for student housing projects. Future trends in student housing. The student housing market is continuously evolving, and understanding future trends is essential for long-term investment success. One prominent trend is the rise of co-living models, which emphasize shared spaces and community building beyond traditional dormitories. These models often feature private bedrooms with extensive communal kitchens, lounges, and activity areas, appealing to students seeking a more integrated social experience. The impact of hybrid learning, combining online and in-person instruction, is also reshaping demand. While some students may opt for remote living, many still desire a physical presence near campus for social and academic engagement, albeit with potentially different amenity needs. Investors must adapt to these changing preferences. Technology will continue to play a transformative role, with increasing demand for smart home features, robust connectivity, and integrated property management platforms. Sustainable and eco-friendly properties are also gaining significant traction, driven by student values and regulatory pressures. The focus on student well-being, including mental health support, fitness facilities, and quiet study zones, will become even more pronounced. Furthermore, the globalization of education means a continued influx of international students, necessitating culturally sensitive housing options and support services. Investors who anticipate and incorporate these emerging trends into their development and management strategies will be best positioned for future profitability and market leadership. Staying agile and innovative is key to thriving in this dynamic niche. Building a strong investment team. Assembling a strong and competent investment team is paramount for navigating the complexities of student housing and maximizing success. This team typically includes a knowledgeable real estate agent or broker who specializes in commercial or student housing properties. Their expertise in market analysis, property valuation, and negotiation is invaluable for identifying suitable opportunities and securing favorable deals. A good agent understands the local university market, including student demographics, rental rates, and competitive landscapes. They can provide access to off-market deals and guide investors through the acquisition process efficiently. Choosing an agent with a proven track record in student housing is a critical first step. Beyond the real estate agent, a skilled real estate attorney is essential for conducting thorough legal due diligence, drafting and reviewing lease agreements, and ensuring compliance with all local landlord-tenant laws. Their legal expertise protects the investor from potential liabilities and ensures all transactions are legally sound. A reliable property manager, whether in-house or third-party, is crucial for day-to-day operations, including tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, and community management. Their efficiency directly impacts tenant satisfaction and property profitability. Finally, a financial advisor or accountant specializing in real estate investments can help with financial modeling, tax planning, and optimizing investment structures. Each team member plays a vital role in mitigating risks and achieving investment objectives, making collaboration and clear communication key to success. Risk mitigation strategies. Implementing robust risk mitigation strategies is essential for protecting student housing investments and ensuring long-term profitability. Diversification is a primary strategy, involving spreading investments across multiple properties, different university markets, or even varying types of student housing, example, PBSA and single-family homes. This reduces reliance on a single asset or market, cushioning the impact of localized downturns or university-specific policy changes. Thorough due diligence, as discussed earlier, is itself a critical risk mitigation tool, uncovering potential issues before acquisition. Regularly monitoring market trends, university enrollment data, and local economic indicators helps anticipate and respond to emerging risks. Proactive risk management is key to sustained success. Another vital strategy involves comprehensive insurance coverage tailored to student housing properties. This includes property insurance, liability insurance, and potentially specialized coverage for tenant-related issues or common area incidents. Reviewing policies annually and ensuring adequate coverage for all potential risks is crucial. Establishing a contingency fund for unexpected repairs, vacancies, or legal challenges provides a financial buffer. Developing strong tenant screening processes and clear lease agreements minimizes risks associated with problem tenants or property damage. Finally, maintaining excellent property management practices, including prompt maintenance and responsive tenant communication, reduces operational risks and fosters a positive living environment, thereby reducing turnover and potential disputes. A multi-layered approach to risk mitigation creates a more secure investment. Measuring investment performance. Accurately measuring the performance of student housing investments is essential for evaluating profitability and making informed decisions. Key financial metrics provide a clear picture of an asset's health and potential. The capitalization rate, cap rate, is a fundamental metric, calculated by dividing the net operating income, NOI, by the property's current market value. It provides a quick way to compare the relative value of different properties and indicates the unleveraged rate of return. A higher cap rate generally suggests a more attractive investment, but it must be considered in context with market conditions and property specifics. Understanding how to calculate and interpret the cap rate is crucial for initial property assessment. Return on investment, ROI, is another vital metric, measuring the profitability of an investment relative to its cost. It helps investors understand how much profit they are generating from their invested capital. Cash flow, which represents the net amount of cash moving into and out of a business, is particularly important for income-generating properties like student housing. Positive cash flow indicates that the property is generating more income than it costs to operate, providing liquidity and potential for reinvestment. Other metrics, such as cash-on-cash return, gross rent multiplier, and debt service coverage ratio, offer additional layers of analysis. Regularly tracking these performance indicators allows investors to assess their portfolio's health, identify areas for improvement, and make data-driven decisions to optimize returns. Ethical considerations and social impact investing in student housing extends beyond financial returns. It also carries ethical considerations and a significant social impact on students and the wider community. Ensuring affordability is a key ethical concern, especially in markets with high demand and limited supply. While investors aim for profitability, balancing this with providing reasonably priced housing options contributes to student well-being and access to education. Exploitative practices, such as excessive rent increases or neglecting property maintenance, can harm students and damage an investor's reputation. Operating with transparency and fairness builds trust and fosters positive relationships with tenants and the university community. Responsible investment practices are essential for long-term success and community integration. Community integration involves being a responsible neighbor and contributing positively to the local area. This includes maintaining properties to a high standard, addressing noise concerns, and participating in local initiatives. Student well-being should be a priority, which means providing safe, clean, and supportive living environments. This can involve offering resources for mental health, promoting healthy lifestyles, and fostering a sense of belonging. Investors have an opportunity to create spaces that enhance the overall student experience rather than merely providing shelter. By adopting an ethical approach and considering the broader social impact, student housing investors can build sustainable businesses that benefit all stakeholders, including students, universities, and the local community. This approach leads to a more resilient and respected investment. Conclusion: your path to profitability. This course has provided a comprehensive overview of student housing investments, highlighting it as a profitable and resilient niche within the real estate market. We've explored the unique market dynamics driven by student demographics and university policies, the diverse types of student housing available, and the compelling benefits such as stable demand and higher yields. We also delved into the challenges, including tenant turnover and maintenance, and outlined key investment strategies, from direct ownership to REITs. Understanding location analysis, conducting thorough due diligence, and securing appropriate financing are foundational steps for any successful venture. The importance of effective property management, robust lease agreements, and innovative marketing strategies cannot be overstated. Looking ahead, embracing technology, sustainability, and a deep understanding of evolving student needs will be critical for future success. Building a strong investment team, implementing effective risk mitigation strategies, and accurately measuring investment performance are ongoing requirements for maximizing returns. Finally, approaching student housing with ethical considerations and a commitment to social impact ensures not only financial profitability, but also a positive contribution to student well-being and community integration. Armed with this knowledge, you are now better equipped to navigate the student housing market, identify lucrative opportunities, and forge your own path to profitability in this dynamic and rewarding sector. Continuous learning and adaptation will be your greatest assets.